character who has long been a figure who straddles the line between artistic talent and controversy is Kanye West, who is more well known by his stage name, Ye. His most recent activities, on the other hand, have sparked a firestorm that is unlike anything he has ever encountered before. It is not only that his recent anti-Semitic words and provocative actions have garnered global condemnation, but they have also resulted in significant consequences for him in his professional and social communities. Once acclaimed for changing hip-hop, redefining fashion, and having an influence on society on a worldwide scale, West now finds himself at the heart of a reckoning that goes far beyond himself and his personal brand. His statements have been met with a rapid and passionate response from the audience. He has been the target of criticism from a variety of public figures, political leaders, and civil rights organizations, all of which have condemned his views as being both dangerous and unacceptable. Larger conversations about the responsibilities that come with influence have been sparked as a result of this incident. This is especially true in this day and age, when celebrities have enormous platforms and have the ability to directly affect public debate. A rising number of people are coming to the realization that although the right to freedom of expression is a vital one, it does not come without repercussions. This is especially true in situations where words can contribute to a toxic social climate, fuel division, and encourage hatred. There is abundant evidence that West has a history of being involved in controversial situations, ranging from his infamous interruption of Taylor Swift at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards to his public backing of controversial politicians such as Donald Trump. Therefore, prior events were frequently disregarded as instances of eccentricity or artistic expression. Therefore, the current response can be interpreted as a shift in perspective. Many people now believe that his most recent activities have moved beyond the realm of provocative behavior and have instead actively promoted bad ideals. This is a much more troubling region than it was previously. Because of this, organizations, firms, and audiences that had previously backed him are now withdrawing their support, which is reflective of a larger cultural trend toward holding public individuals accountable for the speech they use. The influence of his thoughts has disseminated throughout a variety of sectors. West was formerly regarded as an innovator in the entertainment and fashion industries. However, both industries are currently moving away from him. A number of major brands that had previously worked together with him have terminated their relations with him because they are aware that being associated with an issue of this nature entails significant dangers to their reputation. This reaction is a part of a growing movement within the business world, where companies are acknowledging their role in defining public ideals and refusing to be complicit in the promotion of damaging speech. This movement in the business sector is a developing phenomenon. One of the most noteworthy corporate responses came from Shopify, which took the unusual step of closing down the Yeezy website. This action exemplifies the growing readiness of businesses to take a stand against individuals who disseminate beliefs that are divisive. In addition, social media platforms, which have been attacked for a long time for their role in promoting hate speech, have been compelled to take action. Initially, West's words were permitted to remain available on X, which was formerly known as Twitter, which sparked reactions of indignation and led to discussions regarding whether or not the site was facilitating destructive conversation. The suspension of his account was eventually implemented, but the delay in action has brought up more significant concerns regarding the standards governing content moderation. When it comes to combating hate speech, are social media firms contributing enough? Do their policies actually work, or do they only react when the level of public outrage reaches a point where it becomes overwhelming? The West scandal has revived these discussions, which has further increased the pressure on digital firms to reevaluate their strategies for dealing with information that is considered radical. A legal dimension has been added to the dispute, in addition to the damage that has been experienced by corporations and social media. According to the allegations made in a complaint that was brought by a former Jewish worker at West, the defendant was responsible for creating a hostile work environment in which anti-Semitic insults and harassing behavior were routine. In the event that these charges are proven to be true in court, West may be subject to severe legal and financial ramifications. But beyond his personal liability, the case sheds light on bigger problems of discrimination in the workplace and the responsibilities of companies to cultivate workplaces that are safe and welcoming to all employees. As a result of this case, advocacy groups have increased their calls for better protections against harassment in the workplace, particularly for marginalized communities, which are frequently the major targets of such behavior. While this is going on, the public's reaction has been equally as substantial as the consequences from corporations and the legal system. As a result of the many requests to boycott West's music and items that have been posted on social media, many of his fans have started to distance themselves from him. There have been the emergence of grassroots movements that are making use of this moment to help educate people about the risks of hate speech and to create awareness about anti-Semitism. Those individuals who have had direct experience with discrimination have shared their personal tales, which has resulted in a larger discourse about the impact of hateful rhetoric and the significance of unity in the battle against bigotry. These exchanges highlight the fact that hurtful words do not exist in a vacuum. They have repercussions that are based in the actual world and influence the lives of real people because of those effects. It is not simply about one individual or one incident that is at the center of the controversy that has surrounded Kanye West. Rather, it is a part of a much bigger societal confrontation with issues of hate speech, accountability, and the power of influence. This episode provides yet another example of how social and business forces are developing to meet the demands of an interconnected and digital age. The world is becoming increasingly unwilling to tolerate prejudice from public personalities, and this incident serves as an example of how this evolution is occurring. There is a trend in culture toward greater accountability, which indicates that important persons and celebrities can no longer assume that their remarks will be unchallenged. This dispute, at its root, presents a basic question. Where does the boundary lay between the right to free expression and speech that is detrimental to others? Despite the fact that no community should have the intention of stifling unfettered conversation, there is a growing realization that individuals who hold significant influence are also extremely responsible. It is within the ability of public individuals to mold narratives, and when that influence is abused, the repercussions can have far-reaching effects. Here, we are not concerned with censoring opinions. Rather, we are concerned with ensuring that public platforms are not used to foment hatred and division. Here at Radio 1 International, we are firm believers that education and open communication are two of the most powerful weapons for effecting significant change. The events that have transpired in relation to Kanye West ought to serve as a turning point, a chance to contemplate, acquire knowledge, and then take action. A concerted effort on the part of people, communities, corporations, and organizations is required in order to successfully combat hate speech from being spread. We are all responsible for taking a position against speech that poses a threat to the principles of tolerance, respect, and understanding that ought to be the defining characteristics of our society. As the events surrounding this story continue to unfold, we will continue to devote ourselves to providing you with informed debates and updates. The implications of this scandal will be felt well beyond Kanye West. They will have an impact on the manner in which we hold public personalities accountable and will define the cultural standards that we choose to uphold. At the end of the day, the objective is very clear: to establish a future in which power is exercised in a responsible manner and in which hatred has no place. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.